Dad's Army, a classic British comedy television series, has captured the hearts of millions of viewers since it aired in the late 1960s. The film tells the story of aging men in the National Guard, Britain during World War II, who went beyond their limits to protect their homeland against the threat of Nazi Germany. With its ingenuity and character building and laughter mixed with a spirit of resilience, the show has become an indispensable part of British television culture, lasting for generations. However, behind the fun and solidarity on screen are the tragic life stories of the actors who once brought laughter to viewers. Many members of the cast have passed away, and their deaths have a sad, dramatic feel that contrasts sharply with the film's humor. Below are the painful stories about the passing of 20 actors who appeared in Dad's Army. 1. Arthur Lowe. By Captain Mainwaring. Arthur Lowe's death in 1982 was like a nightmare suddenly striking the entertainment industry. Just a few hours before his stroke, he was still standing on stage in Birmingham, bringing every laugh and every passionate line to the audience. Few people expected that it would be his last performance, a performance as dramatic as the famous role he played as Captain Mainwaring. Fans couldn't help but shed tears, knowing that the artist had collapsed right in the midst of the pinnacle of art. His heart and mind had never shown weakness until the fateful moment. 2. John Le Mesurier. Vice Sergeant Wilson. John Le Mesurier's life is a tragic story, ending in pain and regret. After years of deteriorating health, he passed away in 1983 due to complications from cirrhosis of the liver. For a long time, he was not afraid to admit that this disease was the result of a prodigal lifestyle filled with alcohol and passion. The pain becomes even more profound when looking back at his brilliant career and his calm, yet emotional acting style. Behind his elegant and quiet appearance, this artist had to fight loneliness and inner depression until the last moments of his life. 3. Clive Dunn. By Lance Corporal Jones. Clive Dunn's passing in 2012 left a deep void in the hearts of fans. He died at the age of 92 due to complications from a hip surgery. Although his whole life brought laughter and joy to the audience, the last months of his life were a series of lonely and painful days. The comedy icon, who conveyed joy and optimism into each character, had to face a cruel reality. His body was getting weaker and weaker, no longer able to play with life like before. It's heartbreaking that the hero in the hearts of generations, with a never-ending smile, had to quietly leave the stage in solitude. 4. James Beck. By Private Walker. James Beck's sudden death in 1973 shocked everyone. At the age of 44, he is still so young, full of talent and full of promise. Acute pancreatitis took his life quickly, without giving anyone a chance to prepare or accept. Colleagues, friends, and fans were all overwhelmed with grief, because Beck's career was still at its peak, and his role, Private Walker, was an indispensable part of the audience's hearts. That premature passing is not only a loss for the entertainment industry, but also the end of a blossoming talent, leaving behind countless memories and regrets forever. 5. Arnold Ridley. By Private Godfrey. Although he lived to be 88 years old, Arnold Ridley suffered greatly throughout his life due to injuries from World War I. He died in 1984 of respiratory failure, leaving a large void in the hearts of fans.
Tomb.
6. John Laurie. By Private Fraser. John Laurie's death in 1980 at the age of 83 from heart disease marked a sad end for a man who had survived 2 world wars. He carried within him the pain and obsession from the wartime, making his death even more gloomy. 7. Bill Pertwee. By ARP Warden Hodges. He died in 2013 due to heart problems. He is remembered as a warm and friendly man, but his final years were beset by illness and pain. 8. Frank Williams. By Reverend Timothy Farthing. Frank died at the age of 90 in 2022 after battling cancer. He was one of the last actors from Dad's Army who had survived up to that point, but ultimately could not fight his fate. 9. Edward Sinclair. By Virger Maurice Yeatman. He died in 1977 from a sudden heart attack, just a few months after the series ended. His passing was a big shock to close colleagues. 10. Ian Lavender. By Private Pike. Lavender is one of the lucky actors still alive, but he also faced death when he suffered a stroke and tongue cancer in the 1990s. The battle with the disease left him weak and unable to breathe. can return to acting. 11. Eric Chitty, by Mr. Upton Chitty, passed away in 1977 after a battle with cancer. His silence in the last months of his life left those close to him unaware of what he had endured. 12. Telfrin Thomas, by Private Cheeseman, he died suddenly in 1982 after a heart attack. His death came unexpectedly, leaving his family and friends without time to say goodbye. 13. Larry Martin, as Private Walker. After James Beck passed away, Larry died at the age of 60 from a heart attack in 1994, leaving behind regret because he was always considered a worthy replacement for Beck, but passed away when his career was still not at its peak. 14. Fred Truman, by Fred Hardcastle Truman, a legendary cricket bowler before becoming an actor, died in 2006 of lung cancer after years of struggling with tobacco addiction, something he regretted to the end of his life. 15. Gordon Peters, by Mr. Blewett Peters, who played a supporting role in the series, died in 2022 at the age of 95. He lived a quiet life after leaving the spotlight, but his final years were not free of illness and loneliness. 16. Bernard Cribbins, as Private Nobby Clark in the 1971 film version. Bernard Cribbins, who was known for many funny and cute roles, passed away in 2022 at the age of 93. He died after a battle with prostate cancer, and the passing of he left great regret in the hearts of fans, because he always brought laughter in every role he took on. 17. Jack Haig, by Mr. Gordon Jack Haig, who appeared in Dad's Army in a supporting role, died in 1989 from a heart attack. His life, with many ups and downs in his career, ended suddenly and left sadness for those who loved his humorous and charming role. 18. Derek Newark, by Private Seymour Newark, who has participated in many small roles in Dad's Army, died in 1998 at the age of 65 from a heart attack. He was a multi-talented actor who appeared in many famous television series, but his life ended suddenly and without leaving more profound impressions. 19. Jimmy Perry, creator and supporting actor in Dad's Army. Perry, who co-created the series and occasionally appeared in small roles, died in 2016 at the age of 93. Although not a major actor in the series, his contributions to Dad's Army is priceless. He passed away after a long battle with cancer, leaving behind a great comedy legacy. 20. Robert Raglan, by Colonel Pritchard. Robert Raglan, an actor who frequently played supporting roles, died in 1985 at the age of 79. He died due to old age and related health problems, but his death still left a void in the hearts of those who loved his small but charming roles. Dad's Army is a symbol of laughter and resilient spirit, but the real lives of the cast are filled with tragedies and secret pain. The laughter they bring on screen is just a cover for the tragic stories of pain and death in their lives, making each name, when mentioned, bring with it an inconsolable sadness. Foreign.